what do you think should be the key areas one should focus on to get into these universities? Because that is one thing that is there in everybody's mind when we were asking them the common things to ask you both. So please help us. What should one focus on to get into these universities?
Okay, so yeah, I think this is a very important question, and instead of giving lists, I'm going to give more of an idea. I think you need to recognize that they are very good at detecting bullshit. So don't try to fake anything. I'm sorry if that word isn't permitted here, but I wanted to use it anyway. Only show things on your resume that are directly related to something you're passionate about and something that you put your heart into. If you fall into the trap of puffing up your resume with things that you might think look good on your resume, like Kartik said, some of his seniors, some of his colleagues recommended doing things just to buff up their profiles for a job or an interview or something, and I have been subject to that. That's not what they're looking for at all. In my case, and in Kartik's case as well, as he mentioned, things happen organically because it was in line with the interests that the both of us had. And that is the true kind of passion that they're looking for. Now, at this moment, you are looking to apply, and so you're going to have to do some work for your resume in mind. But at the same time, keep in mind how it aligns with what you want to do as a person, because it's going to reflect in your essays. There's a reason why the US doesn't work based on interests and works based on essays, because they want to accept a person, not a set of skills. And so when they read your essay and they're supposed to like the person that you are, they're supposed to see that you have the potential to change something real about the world. And that really shows. They have the training and the skills to detect any sort of superficity or any sort of display. So be honest, be genuine, and do your best, kind of thing.
Yeah. What do you think are the key areas one should focus on to get into these universities?
Exactly what Siddhant said. That's super important. I was lucky to work directly with a couple of admission officers as part of something known as Phoenix Scholars at Stanford, where we help people from East Bay and other places apply to colleges. And I can tell you, your essays and your entire application is really a story. If the story does not check out, they're not going to take you in. It's as simple as that, right? If you're saying that you basically, your background is such, you're this kind of a personality, and then what you've done is completely different, they know exactly why you've done it. They know exactly how this works. If you're going to try and focus on quantity as opposed to quality, it's never going to work. Put in like 20 achievements and they're going to be like, oh my God, this student is too accomplished for Stanford and Berkeley. Thank you. I think they should go to like a better place than that. That is sort of the mindset that they have, because they are not looking for people who basically just, have been a part of like 20 groups. When you say something like, I've been a part of this group, then what? What did you learn? How did you grow? What was the experience like? What did that experience teach you? Because, at the end of the day, it's not so much about you being able to brag about you attended Stanford or Berkeley. That's not what they want. What they want to make sure is that you'll be able to make the best of the opportunities. You're not going to have someone like a counselor there come and tell you, or, your parents or whoever come and tell you, hey, this is this new opportunity at Stanford or Berkeley, go and grab it, right? It's really up to you. And you will have to determine, you have to be mature enough once you get there to understand what are some of the things that are most important to you, and how are those things actually going to help you in your life, right? And so they want to see some evidence of that already, that you have been able to really focus on 2 or 3 things that are really meaningful to you in your life, and you've been able to do something really, really good with them, right? That is kind of what they want to see already. And so if you clutter it with like 20 student groups that are meaningless and have not really added to you as a person, then it's really meaningless for the admission officer as well. Now, having said that, all this is really important, but obviously, this doesn't take away the fact that obviously academic excellence is important. And so, that's like by default, like de facto, right? So making sure that you focus on your grades, making sure that, wherever possible, you're able to take classes and courses that go beyond just your grade level, where you're really showing them that you're inquisitive, you want to learn more, you have the necessary skills to be able to kind of successfully complete your education, whatever course you want to get into. All of that obviously is important as well. But I think the key, as Siddhant said, is, and because again, there's a reason they ask you to write your essays, which is they admit people, they don't admit scores, and that is the distinction that you should always be aware of. I know so many people who, in my day, SAT was 2400. And there were people in my high school batch who basically ended up getting like 2200 and retook it like 5 times just so they could get 2240 and 2250. And I was like, oh my God, guys, like this is ridiculous. No one cares. No one cares if you get a 2240 or a 2250 or a 2400. That's not what. And I know people who got 2400 who got rejected, by the way, right? So it's never your scores. It's always your application in totality, who you are as a person, what is your passion, what are you going to bring to the community, what are you going to take away from the community. Really thinking deeply about it, I think would be super helpful for you as you work on your application. And that, by the way, is also a very good reflective process. That taught me a lot about myself. And so whether or not you get into, I hope you get into your dream school, but honestly, whether or not that happens, just the application process teaches you so much about who you are and where you want to go and what you should be doing and what you want to do to get there, that it's so powerful. Something that you don't find much in India with the Indian university admission. So just have fun with it, and I think it'll be just helpful regardless to go through that.
Perfect. Thank you, Kartik. I think this was very informative, very, very informative info. Now,